This is Joe Biden. On January 20th, 2021, Biden was swearing in members of his staff and made the following promise.
But I'm not joking when I say this. If you're ever working with me and I hear you treat another colleague with disrespect, talk down to someone, I promise you I will fire you on the spot. On the spot. No ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody is entitled to be treated with decency and dignity.
However, when it comes to Joe Biden, resident of the United States, that policy doesn't apply.
Do you think you play through the political liability?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
And that's weird, because I was told that everybody is entitled to be treated with decency and dignity. And yet, according to reporters like Kelly O'Donnell, Biden had his reasons.
He made the point that he does not like when questions are asked about a subject other than the planned event, which in this case was about middle-class families and the economy.
Oh, I see. Poor Joe Biden doesn't like it when reporters ask off-topic questions. Which means it's totally fine to respond with an insult. Got it. However, Kelly O'Donnell's excuse here doesn't hold water, because the event was about the economy, and Peter Doocy's question was about the economy. But instead of Biden acknowledging this and, I don't know, giving his take on the topic, or just ignoring the question, Biden decided to curse out a reporter.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Now, to be clear, I'm not pearl clutching or feigning outrage, like every single CNN and MSNBC journalist did when it came to President Trump. All I'm doing is pointing out Joe Biden's hypocrisy. And with that, let's take a stroll down memory lane, shall we?
I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Clap for that.
Do you think it was wrong for him to take that position?
No.
Knowing that it was really because that company wanted access to you?
Well, that's not true. You're saying things you do not know what you're talking about. No one said that. Who said that?
Who
said that?
Yesterday you said you accepted Bernie's apology and now you're attacking him. Why are you doing that?
Go.
Why wasn't his apology enough, Mr. Vice President? Why attack Sanders?
Why? You're getting nervous, man. Look, here's the deal.
Please clarify specifically, have you taken a cognitive
No,
test?
I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say?
So Biden cursing out a reporter every once in a while shouldn't be a surprise, because everyone knew about jerk Biden. This is who he was back then, and this is who he will always be. And getting testy with Peter Doocy wasn't even the only time he's been a jerk to a reporter while he's been in office. Take, for example, Biden's press conference in Geneva, Switzerland, after meeting with Vladimir Putin in June 2021.
What is going to happen next is we're going to be able to look ahead in 3 to 6 months and say, did the things we agreed to sit down and try to work out, did it work? What I'm saying is I think there's a genuine prospect to significantly improve the relations between our two countries without us giving up a single solitary thing based on principle and our values.
So here, Biden is cautiously optimistic, and yes, completely naive, that the Russians would play ball on certain issues like cybersecurity and human rights. But when CNN's Caitlin Collins asked him about it, she used the word confident. And that made Grandpa angry.
Why are you so confident he'll change his behavior, Mr. President?
Yeah, I'm not confident in changing behavior. What do you do all the time? So when did I say I was confident?
You said in the next 6 months you'll be able to determine.
What I said was, let's get it straight.
Look how testy he's being, raising his hand up, walking towards Collins in a forceful manner. But yet Collins held her ground and continued to clarify.
And in that press conference, after sitting down with you for several hours, he denied any involvement in cyber attacks. He downplayed human rights abuses. He even refused to say Alexei Navalny's name. So how does that account to a constructive meeting as President Putin?
You don't understand that. You're in the wrong business.
ironically, he doesn't even understand it, but whatever. Now, back in June 2020, Biden tweeted, "Trump deflects legitimate questions with attacks. He bullies members of the press instead of taking responsibility for his failures." And what he accused Trump of doing is exactly what Biden himself did. He deflected the question, and then he insulted Caitlin Collins for asking it. And the same thing happened with Peter Doocy when Biden deflected Peter Doocy's question and then cursed him out for it. Hypocrite much, Joe? So for the next example, I have to set it up. On January 11th, 2022, Biden gave what is now his infamous speech in Georgia about his 2 voting rights bills in the Senate. 52 senators, including fellow Democrats Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, refused to break the filibuster rule to get them passed. So Biden tried to bully them into doing what he wanted by calling them, well, you know.
So I ask every elected official in America, how do you want to be remembered? At consequential moments in history, they present a choice. Do you want to be on the side of Dr. King or George Wallace? Do you want to be on the side of John Lewis or Bull Connor? Do you want to be on the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis? This is the moment to decide.
Comparing sitting U.S. senators to evil Southern Democrats is completely uncalled for, especially since Joe Biden literally called for lowering the temperature.
We can treat each other with dignity and respect. We can join forces, stop the shouting, and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress, only exhausting outrage.
And yet, a year later, Biden resorts to shouting at everyone who disagrees with him and compares them to some of the worst people in American history, which obviously isn't going to change anyone's mind. So in a press conference, Biden was asked about his tactics.
You know, you campaigned and you ran on a return to civility, and I know that you dispute the characterization that you called folks who would oppose those voting bills as being Bull Connor or George Wallace, but you said that they would be sort of in the same camp.
No, I didn't say that. Look what I said. Go back and read what I said.
This is classic Joe Biden. First, Philip Wegman from Real Clear Politics started his question with the setup that Biden promised a return to civility, but despite that has resorted to comparing sitting politicians to the worst of the worst. First, Biden deflects.
Go back and read what I said and tell me if you think I called anyone who voted on the side of the position taken by Bull Connor that they were Bull Connor.
Here, Biden is not only deflecting, but is also putting words into Phil Wegman's mouth. And I think you know what comes next. The insult.
That is an interesting reading of English. I assume you got into journalism because you like to write.
Classic.
So did you expect that would work with Senators Manchin or Sinema?
No, here's the thing. There's certain things that are so consequential. You have to speak from your heart as well as your head. I was speaking out forcefully on what I think to be at stake. No one forgets who was on the side of King or Bull Connor. No one not done it. The history books will note it. And when I was making the case, don't think this is a freebie. You don't get to vote this way and then somehow it goes away. This will stick with you the rest of your career and long after you're gone.
So ultimately, Wegman's question was if Biden thought it was a good idea to put U.S. sitting senators in the same camp as, say, Bull Connor. And then Biden said yes. But again, this is classic Joe Biden. When all else fails, use inflammatory rhetoric when describing your adversaries.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
And with that, thanks for watching. Be sure that you're still subscribed to the channel. And as always, I hope to see you next time. If there is next time.